While modern neuroscience gives us the why behind mental clarity, ancient philosophy offers us the sustainable how. What makes a 2,000-year-old thought system more effective than today's endless parade of productivity apps and life hacks? The answer reveals why most modern solutions to overthinking actually make the problem worse. We live in an era obsessed with productivity, a world where new organizational systems, mindfulness apps, and efficiency techniques emerge almost weekly. Each promises to be the solution to our overwhelmed minds. Yet, despite this abundance of tools, rates of anxiety, burnout, and mental exhaustion continue to rise. The temporary relief these modern methods provide quickly fades, leaving us searching for the next hack. The staying power of Stoic practices isn't coincidental. These ancient techniques have endured because they operate on a fundamentally different principle than modern productivity systems. While today's solutions typically focus on external management, organizing information, categorizing tasks, and building complex systems around our thoughts, Stoic practices train the internal faculty that processes information in the first place, attention itself. Consider the difference between a modern task management system and the Stoic practice of morning reflection. The task system helps you organize what you need to do, but doesn't change how you relate to those tasks. The Stoic practice trains your mind to recognize what truly deserves your attention before any tasks even enter your awareness. One manages the symptoms of mental overload, the other addresses its root cause. Marcus Aurelius, ruling the vast Roman Empire with its countless demands, didn't create elaborate organizational schemes. Instead, he wrote repeatedly in his journal, training his attention through daily reflection. His meditations was a practice of mental rehearsal, reinforcing core principles until they became his default way of engaging with challenges. The repetition served as deliberate mental training. Think of the Stoic mind as a well-tuned engine. Modern systems continually add parts, more gears, pulleys, and mechanisms, creating a complex machine requiring constant maintenance. The Stoic approach strips away unnecessary components, leaving only the essential parts working in perfect harmony. This engine runs smoothly under pressure because it contains only what's necessary, making it both powerful and resilient. Stoic practices systematically remove unnecessary complexity from your mental landscape. The dichotomy of control doesn't give you more to think about, it gives you permission to think about less. When you train yourself to immediately recognize what lies beyond your influence, you create mental space rather than filling it. Another reason modern productivity hacks fail is their fragility. Many popular techniques rely on positive thinking or avoiding difficult emotions, approaches that collapse under real pressure. Stoicism builds psychological anti-fragility by directly engaging with difficult realities. The practice of negative visualization, premeditatio malorum, mentally rehearses potential problems, building resilience that withstands actual challenges when they arise. As psychotherapist Donald Robertson notes in his research on Stoicism and cognitive therapy, Stoic psychological exercises weren't designed to make people feel better temporarily, but to transform their entire character and way of life. This fundamental difference in approach creates lasting change rather than temporary relief. The stickiness of Stoic practices comes from their integration with identity. When you practice a Stoic technique, you're becoming someone. A person who lives according to Stoic principles gradually embodies those principles, rather than merely applying techniques. This identity-based approach creates self-reinforcing patterns of thought that sustain themselves without constant effort. Stoic practices address the root causes of overthinking that haven't changed despite our technological advancement. The fear of judgment that drives social anxiety today would be recognizable to Epictetus. The attachment to outcomes that creates performance anxiety would be familiar to Seneca. The confusion about what truly matters that leads to existential overthinking would make perfect sense to Marcus Aurelius. Modern science increasingly validates what Stoics knew intuitively. Cognitive behavioral therapy, widely considered the most empirically validated form of psychotherapy, draws heavily from Stoic techniques and principles, a fact acknowledged by its founders. Neuroscientific research into attention, emotion regulation, and resilience continues to confirm the psychological mechanisms behind Stoic practices. The ultimate test of any mental practice is its results over time. Stoic practices have endured precisely because they work with rather than against human psychology. They don't require superhuman discipline or perfect consistency. They acknowledge our limitations and work within them, gradually transforming our relationship with thinking itself. This transformation isn't just theoretical, it's practical and observable. Like the skilled craftsman who knows exactly which tool to use for each task, the practice Stoic develops an intuitive sense for where attention belongs and where it doesn't. This skill, refined over time, creates the sustainable mental clarity that modern approaches often promise, but rarely deliver.